I got my shit together. Look at that. Preach card. I got a hood up so I can thug life it, yo. Wait. Got a Twitch label. Look at that shit. Look at that. Can you get one? Nope. Nope, these are the trials that we started out for PreachCon. But god damn, it's all gone now, man. It's all over. It's all done with. Welcome back to Drama Time. Yes, indeed. For those of you who are here with me right now, the many of you talking at me at this moment probably were a little saddened that one, there was no Drama Time this week, but there was. You didn't get to see it, but now you can kind of see it. And two, we didn't stream PreachCon. We're really sorry. It was not our fault. But we did get all our money back for the room after I sent a strongly worded email that involved director on it.
You said I fucking hate your face.
Yeah, I had to send a strongly worded email. Emma wasn't getting anywhere, so I had to kind of like step in. Well, we didn't get the food money back because everyone ate all the food. Everyone ate all the food, but we got the room money back. They got the room money back, which is pretty cheap. Yeah, well, no, they tried to get out of it, August. They did. They tried to get out of it. And Emma came to me and she's like, they're not going to do it. They're saying, like, that they're pretty sure they should have known. They basically tried to turn it to a he said, she said. So I said, send it to me as if you forwarded it to the gaffer, which you have, and I'll reply. And I wrote this fucking fuck you email, man. And she replied with, like, all right, we'll give you the money back. We'll give you the money back. We'll give you the money back. So, yeah, we're all on good terms again. We're all on good terms. It's all good. Welcome back, everybody. Now then, you're not here to talk about PreachCon. We're here to talk about Drama Time. Now, there's a kind of, you know, there's an unwritten... It's not written anywhere, as far as I know. It might be on Reddit or something like that. There's an unwritten style of Drama Time submissions, right? We expect this and that, little bit of this and that. Now, when someone sends me this, my guild said they would give me $50 if you read this. That's trying to, like, manipulate me, man. You're trying to tug at my strings, because... in a way, you're now making me responsible for you not having $50 dues, right? So, me being the kind of guy I am, will ignore that. A lot. But, if it was a good story, I would have read it anyway, right? Because no one needs to pay for Drama Time. But when this is what you send me, and it's so, look at this, these... fonts used, hidden amongst the humans, the Dragon of Winter. Oh, maybe it's amazing. Maybe it's amazing. Maybe it's one of the best things we've ever seen. Maybe it's 33 pages long, dude.
No, fuck off.
What are you thinking? I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. Still going. What the fuck am I supposed to do with 33 pages? It's a tome, brother. It's a fucking tome, my man. It's a tome. What? Read it. Yeah. Do it. Sound familiar, Janie? Does it sound familiar? Do it. It's not Drama Week. Well, I need, you know, if I was to read this, I would need a pipe, a leather-bound chair, a fireplace, right? A fireplace. I can't read that, so I'm just going to let you know that hopefully your guild will pay you $50 dues, because I did see it. I ain't reading 33 pages. I don't even know if it's good, but all I do know is your first chapter is called Welleth. Now, I thought Welleth was you trying to be old school for the word well. Like, well, back in the day would be Welleth. But no, it's, you'll be safe out there, Welleth, Jones said in a deep, rugged voice. Like, what is this? This is like an actual book that you want me to read. You want me to read an actual book. I also want to point out, right, the fucking bullshit. After PreachCon, right, which is a massive day, me and Andy started at about 5:30 in the AM. We went to bed at 4 AM after a crisp McDonald's with our man Nobble and about 18 other people in McBastards. right? Solid night was had. Great fun. The following night, because my guild came to PreachCon, I went to their house in that Manchester to have some very relaxing beers, because I don't need to be preach in front of the guild, right? I can be Mike. It's pretty good. So I get to, like, not give a shit and just have a few beers with the lads. They had me do a reading. A work-style drama time reading at the house. I was 3 beers deep when a phone was put in front of me with a full-on story for me to read for everybody in the room. Like, what the fuck? What is that? You got me on... You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're just trying to get a Friday, you know, or whatever day it was. What day was it? Oh, Friday, Saturday, one of those days. You're just trying to get a Friday going, and you got me reading shit. I'm just trying to have a fucking beer, man. Just trying to have a beer. But anyway, let's go on. Right, I've got some short stories for us here today. And one kind of really interesting one. But yeah, the drama story at the live show was a little bit more extreme than what you'll tend to get here. And it was live acted. A big round of applause for everybody who live acted the drama time with Andy's direction. I thought that was pretty chill. Right, who? Okay, Emma sent me the names. Good, good, good. I need a raid leader for this. Where's my Patreon heroes? Like 3 updates are going out on Patreon today, by the way, so watch out for them. For all different price tiers. Netruasin. Yeah. It's either Netruasin or Netruasin. Welleth. The necrophilia was real. Yeah. The necrophilia was real. We had the RP. We had misshapen Russian breasts. I believe they were Russian. Yeah, because we had one hero who flew all the way from Russia to PreachCon on his own. What a fucking legend, man. What an absolute legend. How can a kill Jaden turn into a drama? Right. Have we got any Frost DKs in the chat? Can I put out some big love to my Frost DKs out there? Yeah? My big love to the Frost DKs out there. Hello, Preacher and Ghosty!
Oh, what's up?
And the wonderful chat from Team Norway. The land of moustaches. This is the story of my normal Kill Jaden attempt. Which you could say couldn't have gone worse. The thing that kills me inside and is still killing me inside to this day is the reason why. It's so stupid when compared to the rest of the stories I've heard. I actually found this kind of funny. Before the story begins, I want to mention a couple of things. I had just come back to the game since I quit in the Nighthold. I honestly didn't want to come back because I read that my class was terrible. And bottom of the DPS, my class was the Frost Death Knight. It's not, that's your spec, by the way, right? Your class is Death Knight. And Holy is fucking solid, mate. Get your Unholy on. It all started when me and a Demon Hunter mate just wanted to do normal Kill Jaden. Just wanted a trinket and just the achieve to make our lives easier. I just want normal Kill Jaden, please. When we found a run, we spotted it that only required 900 item level. And me, with my 898, had to put on some Clown Fiesta gear just to get into the run. When we get in, the leader, Natrusen, spotted my low item level. Immediately a whisper. If your DPS is dog shit, you will be kicked instantly, without explanation. I said, don't even worry about it, bruv. I am properly geared, and I do a shit ton of damage for my item level. Yeah? So, we pulled. The first time I have ever done Kill Jaden. But I had seen the Fat Boss video. I knew, to some degree, what was awaiting me. It started great, with me on the second spot of DPS, soaking swirlies with consistency because I could AMS and stuff. I could usually do 3 in a row, and on top of that, still being in the top 3 of the DPS. I did all the tactics smoothly, and it was going great. Until we almost wiped. A random idiot had gone off the swirly at the last second. Bursting Dread Flame, never forget. So we all took a ton of damage. This would have been fine had it not been for the fact that the same guy did the same thing twice in a row. And we wiped. While running back, Natruisin instant kicked me. I was furious. I'd done everything perfect. Someone else wiped us. I whispered him, why are you fucking kicking me? You did not soak the swirlies. Your item level is too low. We had low DPS and we wiped. I linked in the damage meters to show that I finished second on the DPS when we wiped. I had 792k DPS. He then changed the story and said that I had just been standing on the boss, not doing mechanics and just doing damage, and therefore I had wiped the raid. I said, how many did you soak? And he said, I soaked 2. I was angry at this point and went into sarcasm. I soaked 7. 7. I was almost the best DPS. I was doing the most mechanics. He finished it with this. And this is what still infuriates me to this day. He said that I was just holding the raid back anyways, and I should leave. Because I was a Frost Death Knight. Look! I don't care what your damage is. I don't care what mechanics you did. You're a Frost Death Knight, son. You're a Frost Death Knight. And that on its own is demotivating this entire raid. And it's causing us to wipe. I want you to know that that man who didn't soak Armageddon did not because you were a Frost Death Knight. That's why it happened. My friend, though, stayed in the group. And they killed Jaden on the next go. While I was sitting in the mud with no achieves and no loot. I hope you enjoyed my little tale of how I was kicked because I was a Frost DK. And Natruisin being the meanest raid leader I've ever met. Oh, why? Because his mobility. It was your mobility. It was too bad, man. Your mobility was terrible. Oh, God. That's fucking funny. That is fucking funny. That is. All right. Sorry, girls. Again, I don't write them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't write them. All right. You want in, Janie? You've already been in the story this week. All right, we're doing the names as we go through. Anyway, I don't think you're on this list, Janie. No. Okay. Holler Preacher, Ghosty, and Chat, and a special holler to Wiggle Piggle. I greet you from the friendly and icy land of Canada. I come to you with my own drama time story of love, scorn, and an empty guild bank. I was never really a hardcore raider throughout my WoW career. I was what I would describe, now I'd love our live audience to try their best to give me a better description of what this is. I have always been what I would describe as a casual leveler. It's just slow though, right? I mean, that's just slowly leveling. Yeah? I mean, that's what that is. It makes me sick. I would consider half a level a day to probably be too much here. You could say that I'm a 5-man dungeon kind of guy. That's right. He's a 5-man dungeon kind of guy. But the moment I wanted to start raiding was also the time when everything came crumbling around. Because I got the debuff that no raider wants. The girlfriend debuff. I started playing in vanilla, but some friends got me into it. I had just come off of EverQuest and got an upgraded PC at the time, so I thought, why not? Rolled myself a Legolas. Played him for a bit, but due to screwing up the build, basically putting talents all over the fucking place, and not really understanding what the fuck was going on once my arrows ran out, it really didn't occur to you to get some more. Like, it didn't occur to you, like, I should get some more, because they've run out now, and maybe if I got more, I could continue using them. You know, just saying. So I soon quit. My girlfriend at the time, oh, who's showing? Oh, Hearts Go Boom. Oh, yeah, there's my girl. Hearts Go Boom. Hearts Go Boom. You're in. Yeah. Oh, Hearts Go Boom. No, we don't want that. We want Boom. Hearts Go Boom.
Did it go poof?
They go boom. They go boom. My girlfriend at the time, Hearts Go Boom, was never really into WoW, you see. She just ignored the whole thing and let me go about my business. And a few years go by, The Burning Crusade is released. She's working at a coffee shop as a barista. And one of her co-workers was pretty into WoW himself. Now I know what the chat is thinking. He's swag with his coffee drawings. He works in a coffee shop. He talks with beautiful ladies every day, but he was gay. And he's inconsequential to the finale of the story. Who should that be? Who should that be? Who should be our gay barista?
Me.
No.
I'm a gay barista.
Nobody believes that.
It's true. I can't make coffee.
We're having Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby. Lappuccino. Ricky Bobby kept talking about WoW to her, hyping it up, and really piquing her interest. And then the day came, we were at the mall, and she said, I want to try out WoW. Ricky Bobby has really been making me interested in it. So I thought, you know, why the hell not? I have an account, I just need to get the expansion. So we both bought it. We installed it and got to talking to Ricky Bobby. And Ricky Bobby told them, well, I play Horde on this server, so if you guys want to play with me, you'll have to roll there as well. That's fine, I said. But I really, really like Paladins. Does the Horde have anything like the Paladins? To which Ricky Bobby replied, Paladins. They have Paladins. If you want something like a Paladin, go with a Paladin. He told me all about the Blood Elves and how they could be the precious Paladins. I turned myself into a prop pally and didn't look back. Hearts Go Boom rolled a Warlock. Red flag, right? Immediately. Yeah? Fuck that. You know what my missus played originally in WoW? A Warlock. What does that tell you?
S&M.
Dangerous. Probably. Fetish shit. Something involving leather straps of some kind. Right? Definitely chains. Probably some rings in some weird places as well. Yeah,
right.
Definitely. Like hooks and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, big, not like earring loops, like hooks. You know what I mean? Something fucking weird's going on there. Probably worth a go, though. Right? For curiosity and for science. Definitely worth a go. Yeah, probably. Hearts Go Boom rolled a Warlock. She was enamored by the various demons you could summon. She never understood... How do we put it? Min-maxing? Or the need to? Now, I kind of think this is a fair way of gently describing playing correctly. It didn't bother me, since I was a good tank, right? I could usually find groups fairly quickly. And it continued throughout the Burning Crusade and into Wrath of the Lich King. She would rarely play solo, only ever with me. It didn't bother me though. We always had fun when we did. It was also during Wrath that she decided, of course, to try out the Death Knight. Yes. She rolled one, had fun with it, so she leveled it right to 80. Now I feel, for the audience's benefit, that I must preface this, that we're fairly slow in leveling. Now remember, casual leveler. Casual leveler is what we're describing as is today. So by the time we actually capped our characters, since the launch of Wrath of the Lich King was after the Trial of the Crusader had been released. Now, I can't do the math on that right now, but I'm going to assume that that's really, really, really slowly. Like, extremely slowly. Yeah. Very casual. No, elitist, elitists, no. No. Stop it. Silly. Just because you guys play all hardcore and shit. Stupid. It was also at this time I had found out that some guys at my job also played WoW. Some of them were more hardcore than others. But pretty soon, there were talks about making a friends guild. This was going to be awesome. Now I had more people to talk to and play with in and outside of game. And then the day came, friends, where they started talking about something I had never had to deal with before. Progression. Yes. This got me tickled, as they were short and off tank for raids. Immediately I dived into TOC 5 and then the new ICC 5 mans to get geared up so I could join them in ICC. It was also at this time that Hearts Go Boom started seeing me playing more and more and more and talking to the guys about raids. We lived together at the time. She wasn't mad. She wanted in. She wanted in. Awesome, I thought. Amazing. This would be great for us. We could show the guild what a great duo we could be. We could discuss it. We have a hobby to share. Oh, yes. Oh, thank God. What a great situation. That didn't happen. The first sign of problems came when I saw that she was playing. Naturally, I hopped on and asked her if she wanted to run some 5-mans to prepare for raiding. To which she replied, "Nah, I don't feel like it." Something to remember here as well. This was, of course, the time of gear score. At first, I thought gear score was bullshit. That WoW should be about your skill as a player, and not an arbitrary score that had nothing to do with how good you were. Hearts Go Boom shared this same thought. It wasn't until I saw it in practice and had a high enough gear score to get into the things I wanted to do. I tell you what, now I have a high gear score, I like it. It's a good system. It's a really good system. That I actually saw some validity to the system. Yeah, I saw some validity to the system. Now it works in my favor. I actually think it's quite a good system, and I promote it in all ways. Unfortunately, though, Heart Score Boom didn't get the memo, and would still talk and rage about gear score. This would have been a problem, as our raid leader had put what he described as a soft gear score requirement. Now, if that's not the most friendly, casual Bob Ross level of restriction you've ever heard, it's a soft gear score requirement. That's what it is. It's a soft gear score requirement. Basically, if you were over the soft gear score requirement, you would get priority into the raids. If you didn't, and were close to it, and if there were spots available, then you would join the raid as well. Alright? There you go. So, if you've got the gear score, you can come. You get a bit of priority there. But if you're under it, you can still come anyway, because we haven't got any players. Alright? Good. That's excellent. That's going to be our little secret there. Alright? Good stuff. I managed to get into 1 or 2 TOC 10 raids below the requirement, under the soft gear score requirement. But I was able to hold on. I got a few of my tier 9 and 9.5 pieces, and that brought me above the soft gear score level. Hard Score Boom, on the other hand, was what would come to be known as more of a liability than an asset. The first time she came with us, the guild leader, not really noticing her gear score, was, let's say, well below the soft requirement. We did kill a new Barak. We did it. Just as his enraged timer popped. After checking the meters, the raid leader whispered me. So, Heart Skull Boom is the reason we almost wiped. Her DPS is stupid low. Like, there's low DPS, but hers like doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? Like, in the scope of the game, like for a capped character, it doesn't make sense. Like, if she was AFK and auto attacking, like that should be higher than what it is. You know what I mean? It's like she's leveling at like level 40. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that low. It's like stupid, really. It doesn't even make sense. So, can you like talk with her? Maybe run her through some 5-mans, just, you know, just to maybe get her to attack things. I mean, I've got a feeling her DPS would be higher if she like attacked the things, or you know, something like that. Maybe. I mean, I like you. I know. Obviously, I don't want to exclude your girlfriend. You know, so if you could do that, that'd be great. Okay. I said sure. I said sure. That's reasonable. What a nice guy. What a nice raid leader. Apparently, though, I was extremely wrong. I was very, very wrong. Now, we've got a situation here, fellas. Fellas, we've got a situation. Our girlfriend isn't very good at the game. It's nothing to do with her being female. It's because, as a human being, she doesn't give a fuck. So, we have to kind of hint to her that her lack of fucks given is directly going to cause her to no longer be able to play the game with our friends. And this is now on our shoulders. And we live with her. And get good, maggot. Get a good, maggot. Well, so our man's going in. I started it off as hints. Just, you know, testing the waters, feeling the air, the atmos, just getting a feel for the vibe as we approach the subject. Hey, Heartscore Boom. What's up? What are you doing? Oh, you look pretty tonight. You do. I think, you know what it is? It's your hair. You haven't done your hair? It's natural? That looks amazing. It really does. Sometimes I'm like aghast, like at how naturally beautiful you are. Anyway, I'm about to do some dungeon queues, you know, like some 5-mans and stuff. And I'm going to be tanking, so it's going to be like real quick, you know, not going to have to wait or anything like that. You should come. You should come along with me. We can do it together, you know? That'd be cool. No, I don't think so. Fuck. Well, it might do some good, you know? There's really good gear in there. It's better than what you're wearing. And you'll just be better, you know? Your character will be better. Nah. My gear's fine. I mean, we killed every boss, right? Yeah. Yeah, we did kill the boss, but his enraged timer popped, you know? And he should have been dead long before that happened. We should have killed him much faster than that. But we did kill him, didn't we? And that's what matters. So we're good. When is the next raid? It was here that I took a deep breath. My plan had failed. She was technically correct that we did finish the raid, but I was going to be in a position where I had to tell her that she wouldn't be allowed in any raids until she got better. Especially when we're about to start the first wing of ICC 10. So, I manned the fuck up. And just let it all out. I told her that she wasn't geared enough for the next raid. She flipped the fuck out. She went on an enormous rant about gear score elitists. That her skill was all that should matter, and that if she wasn't allowed on raids, how the fuck is she supposed to get better gear, right? You won't let me in the fucking raid. The raid is where the better gear is, so I can't get any more gear, so I'm gonna have to wear greens for the rest of my fucking life. No, I won't go to your 5-man. No, I'm not crafting gear. You will carry my ass. Carry my ass.
Is this the one that I sent you?
No, this is not your story. She accused the raid leader of being a fucking jerk, an elitist jerk, and in fact, everybody in the guild is a jerk. I've just decided, and they all don't like her, and they were specifically keeping her from having fun. Now, I just want to point out that no one was like this. I could see most of the conversations from our respective seats in the living room. We decided to put a pin in the subject, and we'll come back to it the next day. I was half tempted just to drop out completely to avoid unnecessary drama from the raid. Since I couldn't just log off and get away with it, because she was in the house. When raid night came around, she was unusually quite chipper and happy. Logging onto WoW and wandering around the Argent tournament grounds. I had thought she had realised that if you wanted to play, she would have to put in some effort. So probably she now understood that she needed to put some effort in and get some gear, right? I was pretty happy about this. She seems happy. Perhaps what I said has sunk in. She's got to do some 5-mans at least, you know, a little bit of Forge of Souls, something like that. Yeah. I think what I said really got through to her. You know what? This is going to be a good raid day. I can feel it happening. Raid invites go out. Groups are starting to be formed. And that's when I see Hearts Go Boom is in the raid. Yeah. I inspected her. I couldn't wait to see what she got up to. Knowing she hadn't been running anything from what I know, and my inspection confirmed my suspicions. She hadn't got a single item better than last time. Still wearing greens and random dog shit that she collected while leveling. What she had done, however, What she had done is had a lot of whispers with the raid leader. Apparently, she had been whining and complaining that people in the guild were treating her like shit because she was a girl. That they were treating her as a joke and trying to spoil her game. She had gone on with this for quite some time until he caved and let her join. We managed to kill Lord Morrigar after 12 attempts. And even then, it was the skin of our teeth. But no matter how hard we tried that night, Lady Death Whisper 10-man normal eluded us. We called it for the night after 3 hours with pretty low spirits. It was then that our raid leader announced that he was changing some rules. He was going to remove the soft gear score cap. There shall no longer be a soft gear score cap. And now it was going to be a hard gear score requirement. That's right. That's right. There would be no raid invites to anybody who was below the hard gear score level. The guild would help you get up to it, but they would not carry you. She began to spam the guild chat in all caps, ripping everybody a new asshole about their elitism, how they were supposed to be a friends guild, how they had changed since they had started becoming raiders, how they were disrespecting her for being a girl and not having fun. She did not G-quit. She just logged off. The next couple of days in the house were pretty tense. No sex, of course. Fuck, dude. What? Like, raiding shouldn't mess with bonus. That ain't right. That ain't right. I mean, can't we put this to the side for now? Why don't we put a pin in this? Talk about it tomorrow. Of course, I was getting flack for her behavior when I was in game and at work, Friends Guild. But when I came home, I was getting shit about my guys in game and the guys at work from her. Oh my God. After telling them that I wasn't enabling this, I am not an enabler. And I was actively trying to help her get to where we needed to be. They kind of left me alone. At home, she was still going on about how they had made her life miserable. How this was ruining her moods. Etc, etc. Eventually, she stopped logging in. And I started doing stuff with the guild when she wasn't at home or asleep. Then, 2 nights before raid night, I got a panicked email from the GM asking if Hearts Go Boom was there. She wasn't. She was at work and her laptop was sitting across from me. I tell him this, and he tells me back, well, she's currently emptying our guild bank. She's taking everything. Lo and behold, her character was logged on, even though she wasn't. Anarchy was erupting. She was kicked from the guild, but the damage was done. Our banks were empty. The second in command was so devastated, he just logged off without saying a word. The guild bank was pretty much his bank. His bank. He had funded 90% of all the things inside it with his own stuff, just to be friendly and let everybody use them. I texted her to tell her what's happened. She was pissed and somewhat panicky at first, but I explained that she could just contact customer support, get her to freeze her account, reinstate it, restore the items, everything will be fine. She was relieved at this, and then she asked about all the stuff from the guild bank. At the time, I was unfamiliar with the item restore process and thought the items might just go to her character, at which time she could just put them back in the guild vault. And that's when the message came. Well, why should I? They were jerks to me. Why should I give them all their stuff back? What do you mean? Of course you're going to give it back. It doesn't belong to you. You didn't collect or contribute to any of it. But it would teach them a lesson. I should keep it, she said. Just to show them that they can't treat me like shit. I was pissed. I let her know that. And of course it turned into a huge fight and she didn't speak to me for the rest of the evening. Thankfully though, the items were restored back to the bank directly and she got her shit back. Though the fallout was too much. I think the guild just got sick of her. I thought that wherever she went, I would go. The guild disbanded just to get away from both of us. Everyone went their separate ways to preserve our IRL friendships. It wouldn't be until the closing days of Wars of Draenor that I would be able to raid properly again, as I quit shortly into Kata's launch. I am no longer with Hearts Go Boom, though she still plays. But she continues to refuse to do anything for herself and relies on carries and charities to see her through, and surprisingly, she has a higher item level than I do. That's the best. You armory her? You're not even with her, but you armory her just to double check. Oh, she's like 932 now. That's fucking well good. Oh man, the cooking every time you refresh that armory page. I bet it's a bookmark. She's like never done anything. It's totally geared to fuck. Probably got all the best Legos as well. Thank you for reading my little story, Preacher. I hope this is a warning to any guys or gals out there. She's out there. Or anybody who's in my situation as well. Oh, man. That is fucking funny, that is. I think we'll keep Ricky Booby for this one, because we didn't use Ricky Booby enough. We didn't use... Right, okay. Great success. Great success. Do you know what, though? I need to double check the source on this, but there is actually a very successful WoW guild that recently went under a guild merge. Can you name it? Can you name it? You should be able to. I imagine a few of you have actually heard of it. Alright, Ricky Bobby. Let's have Ricky Bobby. Yeah, method.
Who'd they merge with?
Rapid eye movement? Okay, we do need a guild name. We do need a guild name. Stark and Stark XL. We need a guild name, everybody. Faldrillion. Faldrillion. Arthur. Hey, Arthur. A Team 2 leader. Sorry. Carl. Sounds like a Carl job. I need two more. Let's have Frez and Benji. Yeah. Benji. Alright. Oh, that fits in really nicely. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Welleth. Welleth. Oh. What are we having? The Raging Pajamas. The Pissed Off Ponies. The Poo Shorts. The Star Spangled Cook. I like it.
That's the best one.
The Star Spangled Cook. Cooks. Okay, all right. Now, what's interesting about this is this drama. We have the Twat Bomb Walls at PreachCon. What's interesting about this one is, one, this drama is happening right now. As you listening to this, this is happening right now. These guys are dealing with this. And the reason they have sent it to us and to the court, if you will, they've sent it to the court of which you guys are the jury, is because they want our advice. Are we happy? Are we happy? So I want you gavels ready to distribute true justice, right? Yeah. It's happening. I like that we might be able to become like not Judge Judy. What's the English guy called?
The gay guy?
Judge... Is it Judge John something? No. What's he called?
You're thinking of Judge Joe something?
No, the guy with the blonde hair, the UK guy.
The short one there?
Yeah.
Oh, the gay one?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Judge Wren something.
Judge Rinder. Yeah. Like, we're becoming the Judge Rinder of WoW.
Speak gay.
So we need a hammer. I've got a hammer. I know we put it in... We didn't bin it. We put it in the... It's in the prop box. The prop box. Okay. Holla ballers to you, a preacher, ghosty if present.
Hey, what's up, bruh?
The glorious, if not slightly filthy chat. That's your guys. You do have the banhammer, actually. Yeah, you have your appropriate gavels. From the glorious nation of pillaging, looting, and savage beards. That's Team Norway, y'all. It's my first time ever writing a drama story. I followed your journey through Azeroth for several years and always loved drama time. The tales of woe, drama, and brojo, and I've learned a lot about what I should avoid or get involved in. With approximately 10 years of playing this game, I have never really experienced any real drama besides random pugs. That is, until this week. It comes to us all. It comes to us all. This is a tale of a current ongoing crisis within World of Warcraft. We really need your help, Preacher. I need to know what the next move will be, because I am torn between two warring factions within the guild. Alright? Now, I want you guys to take this fucking seriously. I don't want any jokes in the chat, right? It's not funny. Man's WoW stuff is on the line here. Stay out of it. Quit the game. Terrible advice. I've played this game for several years, going through all the stages of being a noob, casual, hardcore. After coming back to WoW, during late Wars of Draenor, I told myself I was going to enjoy this next expansion. Get the feel for it. Take it all in. Legion hits. And I played all of Emerald Nightmare with a group of friends. As all living things do, the IRL Friends Guild I was in died. However, I was not done. I wanted more. More loot, more stats, more crit, more haste, more verse. And some boss kills. Coming into the Nighthold, I switched servers and factions to get a fresh start. The server I switched to has a large number of Scandinavians on it, yeah? And I thought, fuck it. Let's try to get into a guild that's actually going to kill some bosses, but still stays casual. Very, very important that we stay casual as fuck, but kill bosses. Progress, casual. Progression, casual. Hardcore, casual. All together, right? Mixed together in some sort of soup of bullshit. I am completely aware that this is a fatal error for most people who wanting to actually get some progress in raids. However, there was a newly created social leveling raid guild. Advertising in trade chat. They had promises of progress. They used the word bants. Being the piece of shit slacker that I am, I didn't care if it was a cesspool guild. I just wanted to casually kill bosses.
Small.
Whilst having a giggle, right? Casual, though. It's important. Audience, I shit you not. He's addressing you guys directly at this point. These people were the fucking tits. We were slicing through bosses like they were nothing. Nighthold normal, dunzo. Nighthold heroic, bunzo. Everything in the fairly early days of the Nighthold release. Oosh. It was all smooth sailing and bants during the raids. Everything was fantastic. And I thought to myself, I have found the perfect guild. Thank God. More and more people started to join our guild, and we set our sights on higher difficulties. Mythic Nighthold was to be the next step. Over the course of doing Nighthold normal and heroic on a regular basis, Ricky Bobby and Faldrillion, two of the leaders, started to notice my logs. I had orange passes on every fight. They chose me to be a part of the Mythic Progression team. I didn't really think too much of it and said, yes, this is what I want. We managed to make a Mythic group a few times. However, we needed more people. Our raiders were not consistent in signups, and we needed a reliable, strong, and stable team to start our progression. Now, I'm not counting the first 3 bosses because they were basically memes. Ah, Trilliax Mythic though? Hey, I've wiped that while farming Mythic Gul'dan. Don't take the piss out of Mythic Trilliax. Just saying. Just say strong and stable. That's what we're aiming for. Strong and stable. So fast forward a bit. And our guild started getting some fame on our server amongst the Norwegian community. That's right. People from Norway were asking us about our progress. Could they join as a social or a raider? Other guilds asking, how do we do it? People just kept joining us. Things were already getting out of control. But we couldn't stop advertising as a social guild. And one problem we ran into, the biggest problem our guild now had for advertising as a social guild, is that we had to invite socials to the guild.
Hey, preaching to the choir, brother.
There's one issue with our social advertisement. So keep inviting social members. And this isn't helping our mythic chances. Ricky Bobby and Faldrillion had high hopes for this guild, and they still do. But Ricky Bobby was starting to talk about a merge. You see, there is another Norwegian guild on our server. They were a wee bit behind us on progress, but nonetheless, the discussion was coming up. A lot of us in the guild feel like this merge would be wrong. Me included. We had our own community with our jokes and our friends. We liked the people we already had all day in our channel, throwing bants. Discord was full of the memes. But alas, the amazing bants. This is where the flower of drama we all know so well sprouted its first seed. At first they came for our bants and I said nothing. And then they took my guild. We had heated discussions about how we were going to proceed in the Mythic Nighthold, and if we should go through with the merge or not. About 70% of our core group was against it. As I have heard many a time in your drama stories, a guild merge is not always the way to go about mythic progression. And believe me, Preacher and chat, I fought hard against the merge with the Star-Spangled Cooks, along with my fellow bros. But at the end of the day, Ricky Bobby is the GM. I went to sleep one night saying goodbye to all the regulars on the Discord, and woke up the next day excited to see the new memes that had been posted in the channel that night. Only to discover that there was a ton of new people in the guild. There was new names. What annoyed me the most, and I mean really, really annoyed me, was that the members of the Star-Spangled Cooks that had joined us constantly used chat emojis in guild. Chat emojis like XD, double eyebrows. I don't know what this one's called, so I'm just gonna... Oh, it's like a winky smiley face, I think. Yeah, it's a winky face. Yeah, winky face. And we had new officers. And within the ranks of the new officers was Arthur. And with new officers and more progress in mind, there was now new rules. Now Arthur is a bit of a special snowflake. And we all know him and his character all too well. He's a rage machine who seems embodied by Salt. And believe me, he had no qualms about telling people that they were absolute trash plebs shitters and that they should kill themselves at every opportunity, without ever drawing attention to his own mistakes. It's fine that people are starting to take raiding seriously, but dear God, the amount of times you could tell someone to kill themselves is just too much. Our first ever raid after the guild merge was fine. During the first 3 bosses, considering it's a joke in terms of difficulty, we proceeded, though, to our Lord and Saviour, Croesus. And we managed to kill him with some wipes to the point where both the raid and Croesus died at exactly the same time. It bugged out our achievement and we had to write a ticket. As early as the first wipe on Croesus, I noticed the sodium levels of Arthur starting to rise at a rapid rate. He started calling out every single person that failed any mechanic and said things such as, if you get killed by the beam, you should kill yourself IRL. If you don't soak, you should die IRL. How the fuck can you not handle this? Kill yourself IRL. At least he's got a theme going, right? Yeah? He's got a bit of... He's got a theme going. And by all means, don't get me wrong, I agree. You should not die to beams, not soak, or anything of the sort. It's very easy. But then again, at this time, I was playing a hunter. So the mechanics didn't mean anything to me anyway. He kept calling people out, but was silent when he died to the beam. I was still weirded out by the merge at this time. Me and my 2 friends, Carl and Frez, were core members in the Mythic Progression team. But there was no more bants. You see, before the merge, we had a giggle on every boss, talk shit like it was nothing, and bosses still died at a steady pace. After the merge, though, bants had to be contained. The new guys were very, very serious about their raiding. And they felt that jokes during raid bosses should not go unpunished. Not on Arthur's watch. He would smite you with the fury of Zeus himself if you said anything that was not raid related during a boss fight. Focus! 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 All night long. Focus! At first, I thought nothing of Arthur's salt levels or rage. I thought he might have had a bad day, that he was tired, overworked, or just wanted to smoothly kill bosses without any resistance. I let the raging slip and sat with that conclusion. However, Arthur did not relax. This behaviour repeated itself over and over and over again, night after night. Nothing was good enough, because he was apparently the best, flawless and glorious raid machine, even though the logs said otherwise. I told the other officers that I thought that it's uncomfortable to raid in such a negative, raging environment. But Ricky, Bobby, and Faldrillian were so awestruck that we had killed Mythic Croesus and that we were an actual Mythic raid guild that they didn't care. They were legitimate now. They wanted more progress. And after all, Arthur did do good DPS. This was my turning point. I don't want to raid with some rage monster. I started signing less and less for raids, and eventually I found myself in the spot of being casual. I would join the mythic raids if they were lacking somebody, but otherwise I would just come for the heroic runs. Me, Carl, and Frez really wanted the old vibes back. The raids of bants, memes, and laser beams. So Frez decided that now we were casual, we would start Raid Team 2. This would be a raid team where everyone was welcome to casually kill bosses. Me and Carl do fairly good DPS. Frez is average, not the greatest, but not the worst. But he's a nice guy. He talks to everyone with friendly tone, socializes on the Discord, welcomes new members. But being the trade chat social cesspool guild that most of the members are, due to advertising and recruiting from trade chat as a social guild, means that we have a lot of people that probably shouldn't be in a raid group. And we just announced that our raid team is everybody welcome. It wasn't the greatest combination. But, oh, did the guild love it. Oh, they loved their opportunity to raid. We had lots of fun raids. We killed some bosses. Nevertheless, though, a raid leader needs to be a raid leader. And Frez is not that kind of guy. Arthur got kicked due to the constant rage and douchebaggery. But me, Frez, and Carl were already out of Raid Team 1. I'm managing Raid Team 2. And Raid Team 2 was starting to get a regular group. The only problem is our regular group is full of shitters. Now we're in the situation, friends. Where do we go from here? As of now, Raid Team 1 is progressing through 2 Mythic. While Raid Team 2... is still doing Mistress Heroic. Why? Because our only regular tank, Benji, refuses to swap on Burden of Pain. When it comes to Desolate Host, I don't know what Benji dies to, but there's always something. To the court and to Preacher, I need your advice. Should my now casual ass get serious, focus on a character, getting back into Raid Team 1 Mythic? Or should me and my friends who are good, should we leave? Do I stay with Raid Team 2, who are having a great old time? Help them through TOS Heroic. They have fun, they have bants, they have memes. But we can't kill a boss. And in no foreseeable future will we get it done. Thank you for reading my story. If huge drama occurs from this, you'll hear from me again. And a big hairy knuckle bro fist to you in the chat. Okay. Cool.
Hi there.
You talked when you came in. You can't hide if you talk when you come in. Hi, everybody. Just going to sneak over.
Hi. Anyway.
Wait. No.
Oh.
Stop it. I'm working.
Me too.
What do we do?
Leave.
Emma, I'm doing my thing. Go away. Do we want? We have a raid team that's progressing and getting somewhere, but they're not fun. We also have a raid team 2 that is progressing and having fun, but they're not going to progress at all, actually. Where do we go? Leave. Lol. How is Emma's wizard sleeve? Banned. Thick. Emma ass. Leave. Thick. Lol. Butt. You flashing your ass?
No, I'm over here.
Fun is for plebs. Play for fun. To the author of this story, I suggest you look back upon the chat screen because it's a varied and wild answer. If you want my answer, now that Arthur's gone, I think you might potentially be able to ease the bants back in. I think you might have a chance to ease it back in. I think that might be good. I'd try and go for Team 1. But just to put it in context, we pugged both those bosses your guild stuck on today on Heroic. So, just bear that in mind. Is we did our first Tomb Heroic pug today and we cleared both of those bosses. And we one-shot Mistress. I think. We one-shot Mistress. Yeah. We one-shot Mistress. So, just to put it in context of what's going on. Yeah, we did 7 out of 9 in a pug today, which was really nice. That's not elitist. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it into context of where you are. Yeah. Let's put it into context of where you are and you don't want to get stuck there. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, that does bring to the end of drama, but not to the end of the streaming, because in 2 hours and... No, when are you streaming?
8.
So in 2 hours and 54 minutes...
Kebabs.
It's Kebabs and Muffs night with Emma.
Beer.
All the ladies.
I've made a special video.
Yeah, you're going to be very excited to see it. No, there is no web show tomorrow. We're having a weekend of chillaxing. Yeah. we're going to have a weekend of chillaxing. So, Captain America will be streaming later on. That should be a lot of fun. Yeah. So, for anybody who's not going to be here, I will see you again on Tuesday, because I'm off on Monday. Woohoo! I'm having a day off. I'll be off on Monday.
I'm going to stream on Monday in your spot.
No.
I'm going to stream that game I've been talking about.
No.
I am?
No. All right, bye.
I am.
See you, everyone.
I am.
No.
I am.
Bye-bye.